Hey guys, so it's been a little over a week since the fresh season dropped, and I thought it would be a good idea to go over all of the new things that they introduced and give my opinions on them. I don't want to make this intro any longer than it needs to be, so be sure to like and subscribe since we're almost at 20k, and let's get started. Okay, so I think the first thing I should talk about is Inkopolis. Now, I'm not sure if this is technically even associated with the fresh season, but it did come out at the exact same time, so I'm just going to say that it is. Yeah, I don't really care for it. I'm not like surprised by it or anything. This is kind of exactly what we all thought it would be from the Nintendo Direct. It is quite literally just a hub skin. Same shops, same activities, same everything. And before you ask, I am someone who played a lot of Splatoon 1, but I'm just not super nostalgic for it like a lot of other people. The new shop owners are cool. I like their designs, but that's not enough to make me like the wave of DLC. Just because I know someone's going to comment this, I am aware that this wave of the DLC was supposed to kind of just be like a bonus, and what we really paid money for is the side order in Wave 2. I don't know, I still think they advertised this whole thing really poorly. I feel like Inkopolis should have just been free for everybody and not locked behind a paywall. And I also know that a lot of people who bought this DLC weren't very happy about it either, given what I was seeing online. But yeah, anyways, very excited for the side order in Wave 2, but Wave 1, not a huge fan. I won't lie, I actually already switched back to Splatsville as my hub because I like how it looks a lot more. I think the next biggest thing to talk about are the new special weapons. Nintendo really hyped up Kraken returning, so I guess we should talk about that first. I think it's okay. I don't hate it as much as some other people seem to, but it is silly how it can cheese the objective in modes like Tower Control and Clam Blitz. In my opinion, they should increase the knockback it has when shooting at it, because right now it feels like they can just do the charge attack and completely ignore you, which is dumb. We also have Super Chump, which I think is quite interesting. On paper, it seems kinda bad because this thing does not kill, but in a competitive environment where your team is coordinating, I actually do think this special has a lot of potential. You can pop it when your front lines are going in, which distracts the enemy and makes it easier for your team to push in. And I mean, a comp with 2 Super Chumps won a Japanese tournament recently, so that should be enough evidence already that the special is viable. Plus, I really like the name for the English translation, like Super Chump. That's pretty creative. Next are the new weapon kits, which I've already expressed are pretty disappointing in my opinion. A large amount of them are shooters, not to mention a lot of the kits are just kinda bad. The best new one is by far the Z plus F charger. That thing's kit is way too good, but everything else just seems kinda meh. I mean, the 96 kit is good, but like, it's a 96. The Tri-Slosher kit is decent, but everything else is just like not really worth playing. I'll also just talk about this year. I think the balance patch that launched alongside this new season was pretty poor. They tried to indirectly nerf Crab by buffing other specials against it, but from what I've been seeing, it doesn't seem like much has really changed. The good news though is that the devs hinted at the next patch being a little sooner than usual, which is very much needed. We got 2 new maps, one being Manta Maria from Splatoon 2, and another brand new map called Umami Ruins. Manta Maria was one of the better stages in Splatoon 2, and I think it still holds up here. But as I'm sure most of you know by now, they did take out a flank route on the left side of the map for like 3 of the ranked modes, which makes no sense, and that definitely hinders the gameplay a little bit. I did like how they widened the street area though, because that spot was very awkward in Splatoon 2. Umami Ruins is interesting. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it yet. At first I liked it, then I didn't like it, and right now I'm just finding myself kind of in the middle. It does seem better than some of the other maps we have in this game though, but that's not really saying much. We had some new additions to Salmon Run, the main thing being a new King Salmonid, aka Horboros. I think this boss is awesome. Its scream is horrifying, but its design is just pure amazing. I will say though that fighting it seems to be kind of easy if everyone on the team knows to shoot at the balloon in its mouth. I've had like 3 fights against him where we beat him with half the time left over, and I don't consider myself good at Salmon Run. So if I'm beating him with that much time left, it must be pretty easy. Big Run on Inkblot was fine. I think I liked Wahoo World a little more, but it was still fun. A lot of the nighttime waves were very cheesable though. As for the extra work thing, I can't really comment on that yet because we haven't got to play it, but it seems like a really awesome idea from what we've seen on Twitter. Last thing to really mention is the new catalog, which is okay. The new emotes are mostly cool. I say mostly because there's one horrific one and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I also find the repping Inkopolis emote to be pretty disappointing because while it's cool that we got all the returning Splatoon 1 animations, any newer weapons that have this emote equipped just get nothing. You just do the flip out animation. Now I do think they'll probably add emotes in the future that bring back the Splatoon 2 emotes, but still, it was just a little sad to see. I'm not a huge fan of all the new clothes, but that's just my taste. I'm not gonna knock the game for adding clothes that I don't like. A little off topic, but the final banner that you get from the catalog, as well as this season's special banner and title, are immaculate. Such a step up from last season. That's pretty much all the big stuff they added. Of course, there's a few other things, like Table Turf finally being able to be played online, which should have just been in the game from day one. Lobby pools, which are cool but seem to not function properly sometimes. And the jukebox, which is another thing that should have just been there at launch. All in all, the fresh season for me has been a little underwhelming. I do think it's a step up from the chill season because it feels like they did add a lot more stuff this time around, but a lot of the things they chose to add just aren't very exciting in my opinion. Like the weapons, the stages, the specials, the catalog. These are all just things that I find to just be okay. But after playing for over a week, the only thing that I've really still been gawking at are the Salmon Run editions. The hype around everything else has already died. Plus, the fact that we still don't have League Battle in this game is mind-boggling. But what do all of you guys think? Are you just as underwhelmed as I am? Or are you really enjoying all the new content they added? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.